type of pitch we have is called an elevator pitch. So called because you should be able to pitch it in the time that it takes an elevator to go from, say, the top floor to the bottom floor. This kind of pitch is basically a very concise statement, very quick, very easy to understand. So elevator pitches come in 3 flavors. You have a 10-second one, you have a 30-second one, and you have a minute-long one. So the 10-second elevator pitch is basically pitched at people who don't really know your area. It should be very generalistic. It should be as simple as can be. This is also called the grandmother pitch. So it should be something you can basically tell your grandmother and she kind of understands the information you're trying to get across. So the 30-second elevator pitch is for people in your area, be it a research area or your kind of occupation. So someone that knows the kind of things that you're likely to talk about, so has more knowledge than a layman, but not an expert in this field. So it should last about 30 seconds essentially. And finally, we have the 60-second or minute-long pitch. So this should be to people who are experts in your field, or if you're a researcher, or if you're looking for a job, someone that knows about the kind of background you come from. So this should be very detailed. You shouldn't need to explain the concepts because they're already very familiar with them. So this is for only people that know exactly what you're talking about. So if you're in a situation where you don't know what level to pitch at, I would always suggest pitching low. Simply because if they are an expert in the field, but you don't know they're an expert in the field, they will ask you a question. So if you have a very simplified pitch, but they're unsure about some things, they will ask you. So then you know instantly, okay, this person knows what they're talking about. I'll raise the pitch level up. So a tip when pitching is basically don't pitch straight away. Ask questions to the person. This way you can kind of gauge where they are in relative to the information you're giving. So if you talk to someone, ask them about themselves, and they kind of give you indicators that they're not familiar with your field, you know to pitch at the 10-second level. If you talk to them and they're obviously the head guy in whatever field you are, then you know to pitch at the minute-long level. And so finally, when it comes to pitching, you've got a 10-second, a 30-second, and a minute-long pitch. You should have these kind of in your head and understood by heart. This takes practice. You can't just ad-lib these as you go along. So my biggest tip would be definitely to practice. So when pitching, you want to demonstrate 3 things. You want to demonstrate confidence, trustworthiness, and competence. So confidence you want to demonstrate because you want to show that you're confident in that you know what you know and you are confident in who you are. People tend to be drawn towards very confident people, so this is a very good attribute to demonstrate to others. Second point is trustworthiness. Now you want to demonstrate that you're trustworthy for very obvious reasons, but if you're looking to get a job or talk to some guy in your research field, you want to show that you're trustworthy because they're going to invest resources in you, be it in time, energy, money, or a job. So you want to demonstrate that you're trustworthy. Third is competence. Now it's all very well if you're confident and you're trustworthy, but if you don't know what you're doing, then it's kind of pointless. So competence is basically you want to demonstrate that you are able to do what you say you are with some kind of decent skill level.